Hey friends, I made this super delicious BLT pasta salad for supper the other night, and I'm going to show you just how I made it. This recipe is so good. I started by boiling a half a bag of pasta. Any pasta you have will work, it's just fine. I use these large macaronis because that's what I had. Now we're going to use 1 cup of mayonnaise and a 1/4 cup of milk. Now the milk just acts to thin this out a little bit because those macaronis will really suck up the liquid when they're sitting in the fridge. So I just use a little extra milk so you don't have to use so much mayonnaise because you want this to be a light summer salad. Here is the secret ingredients: bacon salt. This is the stuff you line your rim in when you're making Bloody Marys. It has such a great smoky bacon taste. If you haven't cooked with bacon salt yet, you have got to try it. It is so, so good. Now, I wasn't sure how much to put in. I've only made this recipe twice, but I did end up putting in 3 teaspoons. Now, you can put this in now and stir it together, but if you need to add a little bit more at the end, you can do it also. It dissolves so nicely. Then I cut up 1 tomato. Now, if I had a fresh garden tomato, it would have kicked this up a notch, but I only had this Roma tomato from the grocery store. So definitely, tomatoes are in season. Get a fresh tomato. It'll make a world of difference. Now our pasta is done. We're going to rinse this in cold water. You want to get this as cool as you can before you add it to your mayonnaise mixture. Then from here, we are just going to mix this all together. We're going to cover it and we're going to chill it in the refrigerator until it's nice and cold. So this is definitely something you can make ahead, or you can make a portion of it ahead and then add the rest at the end. But you do want this nice and cool because it's just not as good if it's still a little bit warm. So I put that in the fridge, and then when we were just about ready to eat, I finished this meal. And what I did was just take some bacon and cut it into tiny little pieces to fry up so I could add those crumbles on top. Now I did my whole pound of bacon just because I had it and I wanted to use up the whole pound at once, but really depends on how much you're going to serve and how much bacon you want. My husband, of course, wants extra bacon. Now, when I brought this out, I could tell it was just a little bit dry, so I added a little extra milk. You can also add mayonnaise if you want that thicker, richer flavor. And then I added some shredded lettuce. We're going to stir this shredded lettuce right into the salad. This ensures that you get a nice crunchy bite of lettuce in every bite. And this, of course, is a BLT salad, so we need the lettuce. And here you can see I added a little bit more bacon salt because once I added in that lettuce, I felt like it needed a little bit more flavor. Really just keep seasoning it until it's your preferred taste. And again, it's going to taste like bacon and smoke. It's so good. Now, I wanted to top mine with some more tomatoes, and of course, like I said, a garden tomato would have been perfect, but I didn't have those. I did have some grape tomatoes, so I cut those in little circles, which were super cute. Now you can see the bacon is nice and fried up on the stove, and now let's get these put together. We served this for supper. This was the main meal, so I took a big helping of that delicious bacon flavored pasta, and then I just sprinkled on both the tomatoes and the bacon to make it look so nice and pretty. Every single bite was delicious, just like a BLT, but a nice, soft, fresh pasta for the summer. You guys have got to try this. It was so, so good. I can't say enough about it. I have to give my husband some credit because he is the one who said, hey, why don't you add bacon salt to that? That could be good. So even though I'd like to say I invented it, it really was a collab with my husband. So here's my reaction. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. If you haven't cooked with bacon salt before, do it. It's not just for Bloody Marys. That stuff has such a good smoky bacon flavor. I absolutely love it. This is the second time I made this, but I had to show you guys this recipe because it was so, so good. Now let's try it. That is so, so good. I wish I had a fresh tomato from the garden. That would kick it up a notch. If you have a fresh tomato, definitely do that. But this BLT pasta salad with bacon salt is so good. You got to try this recipe.
Hey honey, thanks for the extra bacon. She knows me well.